everybody, it's Marie Diemer. Welcome back to my kitchen. I wanted to showcase our dinner tonight, which is going to be EPICURE's classic crab cake solution package. These are so fast to throw together and they've got a lot of flavor. They've got an extremely mild heat to it, and it's just a burst of flavor in your mouth. They're low in calories, easy on the diet. We're going to serve it with a side salad. So it calls for next to nothing as far as ingredients go. Calls for the package of solution package seasoning and 1 egg, a tablespoon of mayo, and your crab meat. Calls for 2 4-ounce cans of crab meat. I really like mock crab, to be honest. I like the price better, but I like the taste of it and I like the texture of it. So all I did was I cut up 8 ounces of mock crab, and I'm going to mix that with an egg and some mayo. And I'm going to throw in some green onion and the solution package. And we use our silicone muffin maker. Comes in a set of 2. There's 6 on each tray. And I put it on our quarter sheet pan with the liner just to give it a little more stability when it's hot. And I'm grabbing it with a hot net. What I didn't get out was a bowl. I'll be right back. So let's show you how easy this is. To make your seasoning mix, you are going to mix 1 egg, and to that you're going to add a tablespoon of mayo. I'm going to use my 4-in-1 measuring spoon. Has a spot for a tablespoon, a teaspoon. If you flip it over, there's a spot for a 1/2 teaspoon. There's a line on it for a 1/4 teaspoon. I mention this every time I do a demo because I use it every time I do a demo or anything in my kitchen. I like the fact that even at the widest end, it's narrow enough to fit in our jars. So this is a go-to. You're not spinning around a measuring spoon. So it calls for a tablespoon of mayo, any mayo of your choice, or a mayonnaise substitute. And an egg, 1 egg, tablespoon of mayonnaise, and the solution package. And now the egg and the mayonnaise is going to be the binding agent to make the crab cakes stick together as they cook. So this is our solution package. As with everything EPICURE related, it is gluten-free, comes from a nut-free facility. Now these crab cakes solution packages currently are only available in the holiday flyer, and they're while supplies last. So I'm expecting them to be out of stock soon, probably by the end of November. But so it's something you'd want to stock up on if you're wanting to try it. So I have, I took mock crab, but you could use the cans of real crab meat if you like, or real crab meat legs, whichever. But I just cut it up kind of fine, small chunks. I actually like the texture of this in the crab cake. So that was 8 ounces. And to that, I'm going to toss in, I cut up a couple of green onions. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I prefer the flavor of the green onions in there. That's 100% your choice. I'm going to use my 3-in-1 spatula for mixing this all up, because I can get a good scrape on my measuring cup here to get all of the sauce. Each of these solution packages will make 6 crab cakes. Each crab cake has 70 calories and only 2 carbs. It's a great addition to put together with a side salad for a quick meal. And it's something that you can make up ahead of time and be really good to go. That's it. That's all you have to do to make the mixture for the crab salad. Crab cakes. To me, crab salad. You know? Oops, sorry. How easy was that? The package, an egg, and mayo. You can add green onions if you wish. So the first thing I'm going to do is generously grease the silicone muffin maker. and I'm going to split that mix between the 6 muffin cups here. You cook it in a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes. And then when you pull it out, I have found it's better if you let it sit just for a minute or two when you first pull it out. And that just gets them to stick together so they're not crumbly when you want to lift them. So we're going to divide those up between the 6 muffin cups. And I'm going to press them down inside the muffin cups. I think this spatula has a bigger end on it than I wish. This will work a little better. Now these are generous portion crab cakes, but oh my goodness, the flavor is so good. Just nicely fills the 6 muffin cups. Yeah. This is also a recipe you can make ahead of time, cook ahead of time, freeze if you want, but you could have them in the fridge for a quick meal to nuke and warm up, or take them in your lunch. So there we go. The 6 crab cakes. I will put these in a 400-degree oven, like I said, for 15 minutes, and I will show you the finished product when they come out. Everybody, we are back with our crab cakes, and I just took those out of a 400-degree oven. I cooked them, the recipe says to cook them for 15 minutes. I cooked them a little bit longer, probably closer to 20 minutes. And then it's always best if you can let them sit for a couple of minutes in the muffin tins before you go to lift them. It just means that as it cools down a little bit, the binding takes place and they lift easier. So I also thought tonight, to go with the crab cakes, I would make an aioli, just to put a little bit of a creamy flavor to it. EPICURE has a couple of spices here and both make fantastic aiolis. One is the minced garlic and the other is the chipotle seasoning. Depending on whether you wanted the stronger garlic flavor or a little bit of heat. I know that the crab cakes has a little bit of heat to it, so I've chosen the roasted garlic and I've made a garlic aioli. In both cases, with both seasonings, to make a quick and easy aioli, you just take a cup of mayo and a tablespoon of the seasoning mix. So I have half that, I have half that because it's just Nick and I don't want a ton of aioli left over after tonight, but I made the roasted garlic aioli and it is fantastic on meat sandwiches, burgers. You will use it up for sure. In order to do that, I just did a heaping teaspoon of the garlic aioli and I mix it with a half a cup of mayonnaise. You could mix it with fat-free Greek yogurt if you wished. That has a little bit more tang, but you let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes. So while the crab cakes were in the oven, I let the aioli sit so that the flavors have amalgamated, and I put it in our 1 cup prep bowl. These are sold in a set of 4. I may get the price wrong. It's somewhere around $25 for the set of 4. Each one comes with a silicone lid. They are fantastic for your leftovers in the fridge. I like that it's glass so that it doesn't stain. It doesn't take on any other flavors. And these are great when you're serving food outside or for sauces and things that you want covered up outside until it's time to eat. So I have made that. I'm just going to put the aioli on my serving tray. I'm going to use the lid to keep the glass from sliding on the tray. So I have my tray here, and I'm going to lift these crab cakes. Like I mentioned, we're going to serve these crab cakes with a side salad, so I can't wait. I'm using my 3-in-1 spoon because it's got silicone, it's soft on my muffin tins, and I can lift them out without damaging the muffin tins, and they'll lift out in one piece. Mentioned it earlier, the crab cakes are not available in the current catalog, but they are currently available in the holiday flyer. So if this is something you think would appeal to you, and you could use any seafood you wished, I even think this flavoring would be good on chicken, pre-cooked chicken. But you could, if it's something that appealed to you, I would suggest you get a hold of me as soon as possible so that we can make sure that we get those orders in, as some of the holiday items are starting to sell out. Very popular, of course. Just gonna slide that hot tray away. Here we go. Our crab cakes and our garlic aioli. Thanks again for joining me. These smell so good. I can't wait to have dinner. I appreciate you taking the time.